Hey folks, Father Sampati from CGVirus here. Today we're going to see our updated add-on for Blender that is called Blender Compositor Disk Cache. This add-on gives you the real-time preview for Compositor, Blender Compositor. So what you need to do is basically you need to download this. The link will be in the description, and after downloading the zip, just right click here, extract it here, and you will see there are two. So this one was for 2.7 and this is for 2.8. okay, so we're going to install that. So edit, preference, let's go to Addon and install, and here is it. Okay, so you'll find it in Compositor, this one. Just enable it here and set the current state. Okay, so there are some setups we need to do, so let's do it first. So what we need to do is basically we need to create a duplicate from video editing, this one. So I'm just going to duplicate it here, and we can do this. So let's limit compo setting custom, something like that. Okay, so the layout should be something like let's change it to image editor. Okay, render result, here we go, and this all right. So let's create this. These are the add-on. You will find this add-on as well in, if we go here, in view disk cache here. Okay, all right. So we have updated it a little bit to make it compliance with Blender 2.8. So anyway, so this is sequencer, this one is image editor, this one is preview sequencer. Okay, this one preview sequencer preview, and this one should be node editor or compositor. Okay, so let's use that and do it. There we go. So we need to, and this one is good, we need it. So let's do it here, something like that, and press N here, and probably that will be done. Okay, so we need to save it for this environment, this layout. So let's go to layout, here we go, and file, defaults, and save as a startup file. Okay, save as startup file here. So from now on, if we go here, you will see there will be a compositing custom mode. Okay, so that's it. Alright, so now what we're going to do is basically we're going to start working. So I'm going to create a blank template because we have some huge things to change. So let's see them one by one. Okay, so this will be our blank template. So let's save it here, file, save as, and I'm going to create a blank template. So let's name it blank template, and I will attach it in repository as well, so you can use it later. So let's use blank template. Here we go. So now let's see the setups. So the first thing is basically you need to go here and create a new scene, and I'm going to change it to dummy. Okay, and let's change it to main comp or just comp1, something like that, because we can now instance comp1, comp2, comp3, etc. So anyway, so let's go to the dummy. What I need to do here is basically, if we go here, suppose in comp1, and press shift A, scene dummy. Okay, you can see that, press Ctrl T, it only creates a 250 time frame. So if we want to extend it, it will not work. So what we need to do is basically, let's go to the dummy and give it something like 20,000 in sin, okay, for a compositor level project. So yeah, now if we go to the comp1 and shift A, sin dummy, you can see it will equip 20,000 frames, so kind of infinite. Yeah, you can also change it as well as you need, but for blank template we're going to give it like that anyway. So now let's go to the dummy. What we need to do here is basically everything is fine, just go to the render region and crop to render region. Okay, just check those, and other things are almost fine. And let's go to the comp1 now, and here what we are going to do, there are some settings we are going to change, so let's see one by one. Okay, and what else we need to do, yeah, let's go to the render display mode. We're going for keep user interface, this one is important. So yeah, let's save it. So more or less this is our thing. So let's go to render region and crop to region in comp1. So let's save it, let's save. So this will be your template, and whenever you need to do some compositing, you can just instance it like that. Okay, just go here and open it with Blender, and it will be done. Okay, yep, let's go to Blender 2.8, and so this is your blank template to work with. So yeah, all right, so now everything will be there. You just need to add your dummy scene and etc, etc. What about we give it the dummy scene as well? Okay, we can do it. So let's give it, yeah, okay. What you need to do is basically, you can see that we are in comp1, and I'm going to shift A, scene dummy. Okay, and what you need to do here is basically press N here and go to scene. Okay, scene, and just go here and press comp1. So oh yeah, we need to do some stuff here as well. Okay, so what this comp1 is doing is basically, it's just relinking your stuff here. Okay, so Blender 2.8 has changed some structure, which is actually good, because now we can drag things around and we can do crazy stuff with it. So it's pretty good now. So yeah, we're going to use comp1 here. So whatever your scene is, you just need to go here. So if we had some comp2, we have to do it like comp2. Okay, so something like that. Also, what I need to do is basically in here in the preview section, press N, go to the scene preview, and I'm going for rendered. Okay, now it will be rendered. And now let's go to the view and uncheck show metadata. We don't need that. Also go here, this is the render sample EV, so we're going to use 1. Okay, and viewport denoising uncheck. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. So let's save it. So from now on, when you will open these guy, it will come like that. Okay, so the blank template, so you don't need to check these things again and again. So yeah, there we go, open. So it will be immediately open and you can start working with it. So pretty good. Okay, so let's see our stuff now. We're also going to give it use nodes and let's turn it off here. Yeah, I think this is good. Okay, so now let's start working. So first of all, we're going for a project, so let's save it. So I'm going to name it something like test. Let's don't use this one, let's use another folder, test. I will attach that blank template for you so you can use it later. test. Yep. Okay. So let's import some videos. Quite obviously, Tears of Steel. There we go. And in the start frame, so let's use the frame. Let's use something like 1000. Yep, frame. There we go. So now if we go here, you can see we can we need to link it here. So if we go Ctrl Shift, it will create a viewer node. We don't need viewer node, we need a compositor node. So what compositor is basically here, composite. Okay, this one, we need a composite node. So let's use that and let's link it to the image. There we go. So now we can see our preview. So let's go somewhere here. Let's go, yeah, let's start working from here. So I'm using P. Okay, P is preview region. Okay, so P and drag. So if we go to press space, we can see it. So it is creating the thing. So FPS is 3 point something something. So what we can do is basically, let's go to this context output, actually render region dimension, and we're going to give it a dimension because it is 1920 and 800 frame rate. So here we go. Okay, something like that. So let's now do some stuff. So press Shift A, search scale. There we go. And we're going for a render size fit. Okay, and now if we reduce the percentage here, something like 20%, okay, it will reduce the resolution for us, but the playback will be faster. You can see 20 or 20, but it is not enough. We need more speed. We need 24 FPS. So what we need to do is basically, this is our plugin, so we're going to use that now. So let's show you the methodology first, I think, so it will be much more easier to understand. So if I press Shift A and go for a brightness and contrast, we are going to use these as our real-time reference and this one as a playback reference. So if we increase the brightness here, you can see the brightness is going up or going down. So we can use press I to insert a keyframe. You can see your keyframe here as well. There we go. So here is the keyframe. Yeah. Now let's go somewhere here and let's use some brightness down. Okay, so you can see the update here. Press I to create another keyframe. There you go. And yeah, something like that. And let's use 0 again. Press I, something like that. Okay, and this is our preview section. So if we go here, okay, let's use 0 here as well. Press I. So if we go here, you can see the animation here. Okay, animation. There we go. Okay, something like that. I wonder where is our keyframe. I can't see it. Anyway, we will see later. So anyway, so suppose this is our preview region. Press P, and this is our preview region. Here we go. So now you can, if I press space, we can see the FPS, but not in real time. So what we need to do is basically, we need to go here in the output, and we're going to use JPEG here, JPEG. Okay, and we're going to output these results. So go here, let's go to our project. It was in test. So I'm going to create a cache folder, something like temp cache or something. There you go. So I'm going to name it cache, something like that. Press enter. Here we go. So it will use JPEG to cache your file. So now let's see the stuff here. So here we have disk cache. This one is called disk cache, actually render cache. It will render an OpenGL version for your caching. Then it will preview the cache. Then you can clear the cache, and then you can delete the cache. So let's see what it does. So these are also same. This is the render cache, and this is the preview cache, clear cache, and delete cache. Okay. So if we press this one, what it will do, it will grab your preview cache. It will create a cache folder for you. Then if we press this one, it will create a timestamp here. Okay. And it will give you a FPS 24 or whatever your frame rate is. Okay. It will give you a real-time feedback. So press escape. This one is for clear the cache. So we have this strip here, so we can clear the cache here. Okay, it will clear the cache, but it exists in your project directory here. This is the temp cache. It exists here. Okay, so if we delete this cache, let's make it, yeah. If you want to delete the cache from hard disk, what you need to do is basically you need to press this. It will delete the cache for you. Okay. So again, then if you want to preview the cache, it will say some error, and that means there is no cache actually. If you go clear cache, it will say there is no cache, and if you also do it said there is no cache. So what you need to do, you can always go for preview cache again. Okay. So then it will create this cache here. You can clear the cache as well, and also you can just preview the cache here again and again and again, so it would be there. Okay, so you can clear the cache, preview the cache, etc, etc. That's how it will work. Okay, all right. So suppose you need something like partial cache. So what you can do is basically I'm clean the directory here. Now press escape. So it will create a partial cache. So if you want to preview the cache, it will give you the preview cache here. Okay. And the nicest thing about current Blender VLC is one thing, that it creates a RAM cache for you. If it gets some movie file or image strip, you can see it here. You can see. Let me complete the stuff here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, you can see it will RAM cache the stuff. So this is great. All right. Okay, this is space. There we go. Okay. So now suppose we need some gamma. There we go. Just random stuff, so we can change the gamma as well. So suppose we need it somewhere here, so I need to clear the cache here. So press I, and suppose here we need more increased cache or something like that, so press I, and here somewhere here, something like this. Okay, so now we have this, so we can just render the cache here. Okay, play the cache here. Okay, and press space to delete the cache. You can also remove the cache as well. So yeah, these are the setups. By the way, what I have missed is basically in here in the render property, here in the color management, this is not right. The view transform should be standard. Okay, not filmic. Okay, filmic is not going to work here. Actually there are some error, misunderstanding with filmic right now in Blender. So yeah, That's the problem. But the standard should be in the VSC. Okay. Anyway, so let's save it. Let's save. Okay. What else? Yeah, you can create a quick favorite. I have the quick favorite, so you can create it like that. So let me remove all of them first. So there is no quick favorite, so you can use add quick favorite, and there. Okay, you can do stuff like this as well. Also, what you can do is basically you can create some shortcut. So I already have given it some shortcut. So this one was, okay, let's change the shortcut. Alt 0. I'm using Alt 0 for creating rendering cache. I'm using Control Alt 0 for previewing cache, and I'm using Control Shift 0 to remove the cache. And this one is dangerous, so I delete the cache manually. Okay, so let's delete the cache. Okay, let's go here, Alt 0. There we go. Then Control Alt 0. It will use the preview. Escape. Control Shift 0 will remove the cache. Okay, you got the idea. So that's it. All right. There are lots of advanced things we can do with our this setup. You can also use it for editing as well. You know, you can do crazy stuff with it, but maybe we will talk about it later. By the way, I have just minimized this tutorial for very minimized. This is a very minimized version, so I was very excited about it in my previous tutorial. So if you want to see it clearly or get some concept behind it, watch that previous tutorial. So I will link it in the description. So the concept is pretty much same, just we have changed some methodology here. So that's it. Almost forgot about the main thing, how to render this thing. Well, you can see that we have created a very basic animation here. So if I go here and let's do QCache, and I'm coming. So yep, there we go, and there. So just to show you what is happening here, this is coming like this and this, creating a transition or something weird, and there we go. Okay, that's it. So that's the final one. So let's skip. By the way, now you can see the keyframe here. So the problem was, sometimes you need to enable these timeline. I'm pressing N. Pressing T. Nope, this one. Yeah, and just check the summary here, and then you will see your simple playbacks. Okay, there we go. All right. You can also hide it like that. Okay, anyway, so now what I want to do is basically I want to render these frames. So it is ending in 347, so I have just edited it 347. Okay, done. So let's go here and here. There we go. Alright, and now let's render it. So how to render it is basically you need to retrieve it to 100%, and let's delete the cache because we don't need it anymore, and let's yeah, simply delete this one. Yeah, there we go. And now everything is alright. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to change the output folder. So let's name it test, or my test, something like that, and accept it. And yeah, you have to uncheck the render region, render border, or whatever it is. So just uncheck those things, it doesn't need anything. So I'm going for an FFmpeg, Matroshka is good. Okay, so here we go. So now what you need to do is basically you just need to delete this thing. Okay, we don't need that anymore, so just delete it. There we go. Otherwise it will not work. Alright, so let's save it. Control save, and now let's go to the render animation. There we go, and let's render it. So it's there now. So here we go, and there we go. Alright, so I will make some tutorial, actually real life tutorial, that is, this will not be a demo, so then you can understand it much more better, I guess. So we can do lots of stuff actually with this kind of setup. So let's see what can I do. So for now, yeah, that's it. I'm Father Samputik from CG Virus, and we're going to see you next time. Bye bye.